Before starting, this might contain a depiction of violence that may be upsetting for some readers. So, if you don't want to see that, you can watch our other videos. Otherwise, let us continue. In a land, looks like a desert, wind is blowing. There is a building there, and in front of the building a boy is standing there. He is flipping the pages of his notebook. There are two guards watching. One of them asks what is happening. The other replied, "Where?" Then the first one asks, "Isn't there a boy standing there?" They smirk and think of it as a nice surprise. They go near the boy and ask him what he was doing there with evil faces. They ask if he is a friend of the guy they captured earlier by any chance. Was he here to rescue them? They say that judging by his boldness, he was going to taste even better. They look at each other thinking that they are going to have a feast. The boy is unfazed by this. The boy then looks at them, and in the blink of an eye he then cuts their heads. They could not even comprehend what had happened. On the top floor, inside, people were happy as they were going to have a feast on human flesh. They were starting to eat good food after starving for so long. The kid had come there voluntarily. He looks at the corpse at his side and is scared. They then start celebrating. Right then someone steps in. They notice him. The school kid also sees him. He then steps in. They are confused as to what a human was doing there and question if the guards are in the entrance or not. The boy then throws the head of the two guards. Seeing this, their leader was furious. The boy then asks if there is someone called Craven there. They glare at him and question. The boy says that he should be there. The captured boy thinks about what the kid was talking about. The monster asks if he is that guy's friend or something. The kid then denies and says that he had never seen him before. The guard furiously asks why he killed his guards and what he was doing there. He calmly said that they annoyed him. This makes the leader furious, and he orders Jeff, another of his kind, to deal with the kid. Jeff then goes to attack the kid. He asks what his master wants for dinner. The leader says the hotel style. He then says that it is coming right up. The other kid is very scared. Jeff manages to cut the kid in multiple pieces. He turns to his master and says bon appetit. His cut body starts to come closer, and all of his body parts starts joining. He is speaking that was not enough to kill him. Jeff looks at the kid. The kid then comes at Jeff, telling him to quit bothering him, and smacks Jeff. This sends him flying. Jeff flies out of the building. This shocks the leader. The captured kid is also shocked as to what happened, as just then different bits of his body which had been slicked up had stuck themselves back together again. The leader is furious. He then orders his men to get him. They think that he must have some kind of trick, and the trick is not going to work twice. The leader shouts how dare he enter in the Zomgan territory and take out his elite guard. All of them go towards the kid. The kid raises his hand, and bones comes out as attack. The Zomgan are shocked to see that. But before he could even react to it, his head is cut off. What the flip just happened? Everyone was shocked. Another one rushes towards him, but the kid manages to come behind him before he could realize and slashed him with a bone. He then tosses the bone aside. He then takes out his main wood and starts killing the zombies with it. After killing a zombie, he glances at it and throws it. He then takes out his balls and flicks them with it. He then takes out his intestine and starts attacking the Zomgan. The Zomgans start to get scared seeing this. He then tells them that they were annoying. He then takes out his flesh and molds it in a shape of the brain. The Zomgans are terrified and confused seeing this. He then uses the flesh as ball and bone as bat and starts attacking the Zomgans. He manages to kill everyone around him. The leader was shocked to see this. So is the captured boy. The Zomgan leader cries what the hell was going on, and asks him who the hell he was. He comes in front of him. The leader did not even realize when he came there. He then asks him if he is Craven. They then stared at each other. The leader, getting all sweaty, asks him why he was looking for Craven. He then tells that Craven might be able to kill him. The Zomgan gets furious and tells the kid not to underestimate him. If he wanted to die, he would grant the wish right there. He then, with a gloomy eye, tells him to stop othering him. Vines already bind the Zomgan. Vines were coming out of the kid's hand. He then flicks his hand to kill Zomgan leader. He is crushed apart. The captured kid is thinking who the kid is. He defeated many zombies in just a blink of an eye. The monster kid then turns to the captured kid. He steps towards him. This scares the kid. He thinks if he was going to get killed. He then shows his notebook and asks where he can find Craven. He then, with a scared voice, tells that Craven was the Zomgan that he just killed. He looks at the corpse and with a depressed look he thinks that he had failed to die once again. He then tells that he understood and leaves. He captured boy stops him. With a scary look he looks back. With a scared voice he says that he thanks him for saving him. He just tells okay and starts leaving the place. The captured person watches in shock as the boy leaves. He looks at his notebook and crosses the drawing. Many years ago, the world was destroyed by a zombie virus. There was an occasional human survivor here and there, but the majority of the survivors were zombies. Their zombies evolved into monsters called the Zomgans, which were half human, half zombie hybrids. The emergence of Zomgans led to the destruction of civilization as we knew it. He, however, managed to survive as a human. But ever since that day, he has not been able to die. He goes to his mom's grave and says that he is sorry because he failed to die once again. At the top of the building, the captured person was struggling, crying out. He could have cut him loose if he was going to save him. He then looks behind. He sees that his captain and Dongo were there. Dongo asks Gyuho what happened and why he did not radio them. He says that he was sorry. He thought that Craven was not there, so he was investigating the area, but he got caught. The captain looks around. Seeing Craven's corpse, she asks what on earth had happened there. He starts explaining that a kid suddenly showed up. A kid? The captain is puzzled. She asks if a child killed all those Zomgans on their own. He says yes, it is hard to believe, but that was the truth. He was not sure why he showed up, but he managed to take them out in an instant. The captain asks where he was now. He says that he does not know now. He was going to ask him the same question, but he seemed like he was in a hurry, but the thing was his eyes. He looked so scary that he lost his nerve. Dongo asks if that kid was a Zomgan too? He says no. Then why was he scared of him? The captain looks around and scans the area. She then asks if the kid was wearing trainers. Gyuho says that he was. The captain is shocked. Was this him? She was sure of it. She took him near the kid and asked if it was that kid. Gyuho says that it was him. Dongo found this intriguing. He looked just like a little kid. The captain was not sure why he was sitting there and what he was doing. She again asks Gyuho if he was sure that was the child that killed all the zombies. The child then turned to them. The captain was about to attack him. She swings her knife at the kid. The kid swiftly manages to dodge it. She says that it was impressive as she was actually trying to kill him. Seeing this, both Gyuho and Dongo were shocked. But it seemed that the captain had managed to cut his throat open. His head flies away from his body. He then reaches to his head. Just then the captain shoots his head. The kid's hand then reaches inside its throat and pops his head out from there. The captain was puzzled. So, it was true, he surely could not die. He tells her to stop bothering him and get away. Hearing these angers, the captain and she smacks him with her gun and kicks him. Hearing not to annoy made her want to annoy him even more. She then starts shooting at him. He then manages to knock down all the bullets. She questions what that ability is, as she had never seen that kind of ability before. She was impressed. He then tells her that he was actually trying to kill her. She then thanks the kid for the compliment. His vines then come towards her, and he says that he meant it. She then stays still, thinking that he got her. He then retracts his vines and tells everyone to leave him alone, as he does not really like killing humans. She then leaps towards him and stops right as she put the knife on his throat. She asks him how long it normally takes for him to regenerate. The boy asks what? She tells him the wound on her neck had not healed. This shocks the kid. It had not regenerated. This had never happened before. He asks then what she had done. She then introduces herself as the captain under the Eradication Front, and her name is Chiang Li. She then invites him to join the Eradication Front, as he has a valuable talent. The two boys are shocked seeing all this. She then tells her that she is not asking him to join them for free, and there was something for him too. She heard that he wanted to die. So, she plans to grant him that wish. The kid asks what she was talking about. She says that they have a capable scientist that might be able to figure out a way to kill him. He asks how. The captain tells him that it is something that he has to ask the scientist, as that scientist was the one that made that knife. He then thinks about it. She again adds that it looked like it was the first time that something like that had happened to him. She asked if he was not tempted. He asks if she really thinks that they can kill him. She then grins and asks his name. He then says his name is Mirae On. She tells him that he was going to help them mop all the Zomgans, and while the others watch, she says that they are going to take their land back, and once human society has been rebuilt, she promises that she will kill him. He tells her that he looks forward to working with her until that day comes. The captain is happy hearing that. The hope that had started to fade was being rekindled. He asks if she can really keep her promise to him. She smiles and tells that she can. He thinks that now, he might actually be able to die. The captain called Garam to check if she is nearly there. From the walkie-talkie a reply comes stating that she is on her way. Captain says that she will be there soon. Kyuho asks if Garam has a driving license. Dongo replies that he does not think so. The vehicle then arrives. Screaming Garam stops the vehicle. She opens the door and comes out. She then apologizes for being late. The captain pats her back and tells her she is not late and thanks her. Garam then sees Mirae and asks who he is. The captain says that he is a new recruit who just joined, and she is going to be in charge of him. Garam thinks that she had been promoted and sparkles. She then reaches out to Mirae and introduces herself. He ignores her and then goes to the vehicle. She thinks that he is a shy person. The captain tells Mirae that his mission is to go explore Jinhee district. It was currently under the control of the Crimson Gang. The Crimson Gang, Mirae is confused. The captain questioned if he had not heard of them. She tells him that he must have turned his back on the world for a long time. She then explains that the Crimson Gang is a group of Zomgans that have taken over several cities. Their goal was to take down the Crimson Gang. To do that, they need to find out where their boss is. Dugan says that is why they were investigating Craven. Kyuho adds that he was also the member of the Crimson Gang. Mirae then understood about the gang. The captain then continues that one of the Crimson Gang's paladins is in Jinhee district, and a paladin must have some contact with the boss. So, she would like Mirae to find any potential leads on the boss. She tells him to be careful, as Craven might have been a leader of a group, but Paladin ruled over the whole city. It would have been best to go together, but they had other locations that they needed to investigate. They reach the Jinhee district, Changwon City. They step outside, The captain tells them that it would be best if they went on foot from there as it was quite a dangerous area. She tells him that Garam would fill up on the specific. This makes Garam all fired up. The others then leave the place wishing them good luck. Garam thinks that it is her first mission, so she was nervous, but she had to set a good example as his senior. Garam then starts running. They reach the city area. Garam thinks that they managed to get here safely, but this was where things would get serious. She hides behind the car thinking that she needs to keep her guard up. This confuses Mirae. Garam then takes out a book and starts explaining that Jinni City is a Zomgan city. Everyone in the area is a Zomgan, and not just any Zomgans, but the whole district was swarming with chimeric Zomgans. They never know where the Zomgans can attack from, so they needed to be alert. The captain and the two guys are watching them. Kyuho asks if they should go and help them. The captain says no because it won't be dangerous since Mirae was there, and more importantly there was still something that she needed to confirm. She wanted to see why Mirae was so happy to join them. She is confident that her ability was valuable, but she did not know whether he had any ulterior motives. So, she needed to observe him before she could trust him fully. At the city, Garam is shocked and asks Mirae why he was not hiding. Mirae asks why. She says that a Zomgan could jump out at them. Just then, two Zomgans walk towards them talking to each other. She then quickly hides, hearing them. They appeared the moment she mentioned them. She thinks that they are some kind of tiger or something. The Zomgans were talking about the death of Craven. Mirae was just standing there seeing this. Garam is shocked. A bunch of Zomgans see Mirae. The captain had forgotten to tell him that he could not be seen. It was so obvious that she forgot to mention. The Zomgans asks why a human was there. Mirae is standing all quiet. Garam is thinking that Mirae had lost his mind being in the open like that. Mirae then looks at Garam and asks her if it is fine if he killed those Zomgans. Before Garam could answer, Mirae jumps and uses his attack to make a giant brain and hits the Zomgans. Garam thinks that he was a transcender, but he was on a completely different level. Seeing the attack, even the Zomgans start asking if he was really a human. He then leaps towards them and with his ability kills all the Zomgans around him. Kyuho asks the captain what is going on. The captain is left in awe as she had not expected him to be this powerful. Hearing the rumble, more Zomgans come to the scene to check what had happened. The survivors from Mirae's attack were telling the other Zomgans that they should run. The Zomgans start running towards the girl. She had no choice left but to fight. The Zomgans comes to attack her. She then opens her book. It was hard for her to fight this many. She had manifest ability. She uses boxing and then smacks down all the Zomgans running towards her. Mirae was also killing all the zombies that he could see. Mirae then sees Garam coming her way. So he stops. Gaham apologizes for interrupting her, but she asks if he was planning on destroying the whole city after attracting all the Zomgans in the area. He then goes towards a zombie. He notices that it could not speak. So, Mirae asks Garam why they could not speak. She explains that they were low-level Zomgans, and they normally could not speak. He then remembers his mom. He then tells the Zomgan to run. Garam was confused as to why he let the Zomgan go. Then again, a swarm of Zomgans arrive. There were still more left to fight. What do you think will happen next? Comment down below.
Thank you for joining us in this recap journey. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Comment if you have suggestions, want more of the series. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Do subscribe if you want more similar content. This is Universe Nexus, your passport to the immersive realms of anime and manga.